So I'm here in Yellowstone National Park and I'm gonna do some landscape photography. I'm at Lava Creek and I'm gonna be kind of following the river up a bit. Now it is really cold today, it's about 22 degrees. So there are these ice shelves here which I can walk on to kind of traverse along the river. But some of the river is flowing. So I'm gonna try and get a little bit of woodland images with the river in it. And yeah, hopefully get a nice picture. Let's go. And this ice shelf seems pretty sturdy. You can see the river kind of extends all the way back here in the woods. So I'm just gonna keep following the riverbank and hopefully get some sort of composition. I wanna kind of do a longer exposure because we are getting a little bit of rapids here. So I just need to find some sort of focal point to be able to focus on. And yeah, use the rapids with a long exposure to kind of get some water smoothing through the image. Haven't seen anything yet, but I'm still gonna keep going. So I think I have found what I wanted to shoot. I did run kind of down the river a bit more and it is kind of hard to traverse on the bank and it doesn't look like there's anything more of interest. So I am going to shoot these three little mini icebergs in the water here. And I'm just going to kind of move around my camera to fine tune a composition to see what works. And I'll just wait around till sunset. So I think I actually might have found a composition, but unfortunately my lens won't go wide enough. So I'm going to switch to my wide angle lens and then hopefully this will work out. So actually the river's really shallow down here, so I was able to kind of hop down in the river to get a composition because I couldn't find one up there. But I think I got one that actually works. I have this nice ice shelf in the foreground here, and then to the left I have those three icebergs, and it just kind of, the river takes you back in through the forest there. It did take me a long time to frame up this composition because I made sure that I had separation between this kind of spiky iceberg on its side there and the water, and also between these three icebergs and the one on the right. So what it does is it kind of leads the eye through and then through back into the river. So I'm pretty happy with this composition. I am going to put a circular polarizer and a graduated filter on it just because the sky is pretty intense. Yeah, here we won't get any nice light for sunset, which is kind of a bummer because there's a mountain that way, but that's all right. Hopefully when it gets sunset, the light will be a bit more balanced because right now it is very harsh in the sky and there's no clouds whatsoever in the sky, but that's not too bad just because I don't have much sky in my image at all. It's mostly the trees and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna put the polarizer and 3-stop filter on and see how it looks. And as you can see, I'm putting the polarizer on to kind of take the glare out of the river. Because if you look there, it really reduces the glare. And as I turn it, you can see the glare added back in. As you can see with the graduated filter, I don't want to push it down too much because then it will completely make my trees too dark. And I don't want the trees to be too dark. I'm just trying to get the sky dark. But yeah, now I have the filter and the polarizer, so I'm going to start taking an image. Alright, so I'm starting to shoot here, and I'm shooting 4-second exposures at f9, just because it is so dark, and with the filters on it, it's making it darker. And I am focus stacking just because my foreground is so close to the lens, because I'm shooting very wide, so I'm making sure that I'm focusing frequently throughout the frame just to make sure everything will be sharp, so I can do a focus stack later. And now I'm going to try and flip my camera the complete other way, just to try on a different type of composition. Well, I think this one's actually looking pretty good. So it's always good when you're at a location to try out different compositions if you can't find one that you're completely satisfied with. So now 8-second exposure, f8, ISO 64. And actually what I did is I canceled out the circular polarizer. I turned it so you could have some light in the river, just because it's making it look a lot more dramatic. So I completely changed my composition to a horizontal composition. And as you can see here, I've got kind of in the right foreground that again, nice iceberg on its side. Then to the right of the frame, it kind of leads you around with a leading line into the back and follows the river. Then to the left of the frame, I have the river flowing, and then smack dab in the center, I have the 3 icebergs. And I took off the 3-stop grad filter just because I don't have much sky in my image at all. So there's really no reason to have it in there. But yeah, I think I like this composition a little bit better. I've been struggling getting composition down here, and my feet are absolutely freezing in this water. So I'm kind of hurrying to get a shot. Then you can see how I brought the effect back in the polarizer, because if I turn it, that gets all black, and it kind of loses interest and loses a lot of texture in it. But when I kind of turn the polarizer a little more and add the color back into the river, it just adds a lot more texture and a lot more interest. F8, 8-second exposure, ISO 64, just focusing on the 3 icebergs, and there we go. So I climbed down the water and I'm done for the day. It's getting really dark, so I'm gonna pack up and head back. It was a pretty nice shoot. I wasn't planning on making a video or taking an image today, but I did pass this river and I was like, you know what? I have all my gear, might as well go out and do it. And I don't regret it. I think I came away with a couple nice images. I just really did struggle with finding a composition for some reason. Even hopping down the river helped a lot, but still I couldn't find something I was really excited with. It is a pretty interesting scene, I think, but I just couldn't find that right foreground interest. But that's all right. Now I'm going to get all packed up, then head back to the car and warm up. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.